What's up, Royal K family? We have two pieces of big news. One, we just hit 10 subscribers. Thank you, everyone, for your support. And two, I just hit a record pace on running on the treadmill for fastest mile. 7.5 minute mile, 8 miles an hour the whole time. But anyway, this video is called How to Win at Checkers. Seems kind of odd. Sorry, just trying to get a good... There we go, perfect. So, in checkers, I hope you can see the black pieces in the back. In checkers, many people say it's a game of pure luck. And yes, it is somewhat luck, but if you're good at the game, you can learn how to play checkers very well. For example, if it is 1 king to 1 king, and you are in, let's just say, yeah, I'm taking off a lot of pieces right now. If you are in this position, and it's black's move, black moves here, black wins. Because if the white king moves here or here, you can immediately jump over and clear the other person's kings off. This is how to win at checkers in just a few minutes. I will be playing a game of checkers against myself, and will show you why things are good moves or bad moves. I will try to equally separate the good moves and bad moves on both teams, to make sure that this game leads to an equalized standing once all the kings are placed down. I don't want this game to be boring. Of course, checkers, I'm not sure. If you want me to make more chess videos, like when I did one with my sister blindfolded, I would be happy to do so. Comment down below any ideas that you want for new videos, because I'll read them all as long as they're within the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Okay, so this first checkers move, sorry. This first checkers move. You see this piece? Do not move this one or this one right here. Black usually goes first in checkers if you have this board. If it's a red and blue board, usually it's red. And you should always try moving a pawn, a piece into the center of the board. Not like this. It blocks this pawn, which will eventually block, piece. Let's just call these pawns. This pawn from this pawn to move. So move it this direction. You want to try getting all 4 forward. Of course, with protecting. This will be the first move. Of course, this will be the next one. As a defense, you will try to attack. And a commonly found mistake in checkers is that someone would move a piece that is 1 space below the piece you first move in order to protect. But it would end up leaving a gap inside your home, which you do not want. What a real best move scenario would be is to move the piece that is directly diagonal of your checkers. The one that was diagonal to black's left side and down 1 up here. You will see the 1 space that is not promoted. This will now lead the checkers player to your opponent to move his other piece, offering a sacrificial trade. A good move here would be to move the piece that would have been protecting your black piece from being taken, to attack the first piece being moved. This pawn will in fact take here. Then this happens. This piece ends up being stuck in a way it can't play. So a best move would not be to move this piece actually it would be to move this piece. It would be to move this piece right here. It allows this piece access to in later moves. And now a good move would be to open up this thing. You really only need 2 pieces inside the center. You would need 3 pieces on your side. This one here, this one here, and this one here. Really, I guess you only need two pieces. These two right here. And so we'll start out by opening up this side, which we have not moved yet, with that piece going over here, allowing a clean line by a piece that hasn't been moved yet on the top row. And in response, they open up their side by moving this piece here. It may not allow much movement of this pawn, but it allows these two pieces to come up in unison. I don't care, Abby. I'm going to just make it call them pawns because I love chess and this is still a chessboard. Okay. Anyway, now, since you only need these two pieces, it is best to move this one out early before anything else can happen. As a result, they move back here, offering a trade. Do accept the trade. This will be your board now. Remember clearly to not. Abby, I don't know what that means.
I'm just saying, please comment and like and subscribe.
Abby, that is way too much. You are a subaholic. I was just celebrating about. Abby.
Bye!
I was just celebrating about hitting 10 subscribers. Thank you all, by the way. If you're subscribed, I am very happy. And we just hit 1,000 views!
We did?
Yes, 1,000
On
channel
which
views.
video?
No, I mean overall channel. Overall channel.
Besides year 2, did I get some?
I don't know. I'm just... Anyway, we have... I told them to I told them if they want to see any more videos, comment. And no one here can lip read, I don't think. Unless they're one of our 4% of Saudi Arabian viewers. Shout out to all of you. I did not expect to see anyone from Saudi Arabia coming in. I thought we'd only see America, maybe some United Kingdom, which we have 2% of. Saudi Arabia players, thank you so much for coming in. Anyway, next, you should move this piece here. A second row piece that you had just moved up one space. Not! But you should move the other piece to that same spot. It allows an open connection to allow a safer board. This, in this scenario, they have the same, white has the same obligation as it moves this piece up here. White, of course, has a very bunched up way to play. And white will now not move this piece, seeing as it would allow an unstoppable jump without any repercussions. You move this piece again out here, offering a jump, an unstoppable jump. So the only thing that white really has to do is moving this piece. And with that, black jumps, white jumps. And now there is another jump that white can do. White has 4 in a line right now, often very loved. Black moves one space here. White has to jump, black has to jump again. And if you see this board, black has an basically unpreventable way to get into the house, unless white moves to this one spot. Yes, that will open up later in the game, but an early king is much worse than a later king, because when you have a later king, you can stop it from getting out. An early king is always very powerful, but it doesn't actually stop it because you have this piece here. Really, what you should be attempting to do is this: try to get yourself an early king. So as they move here, you move here. They move here, you move here. You're one space away from promoting into a king. King me for black. And as white moves their next piece, they move here into the center of the board. And now a forced trade offer. They're going to attempt to trade. They will actually be moving this piece right here, offering black a trade, which he does as he is up. Of course, he or she. And at this point in time, black knows it cannot move. They cannot move this piece right here, stopping the white one, or to stop the white one from coming. So they move here. A brilliant move by black. So of course, black does not want to get double jumped. So it says which to take. Of course, this is a terrible move.
Yeah, how long more do you think this
But of course,
will be?
black I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. I don't know. So black takes this black piece and makes the wrong decision here, taking up a piece for piece instead of a free piece, and later a new piece. Now black here attempts to jump. A bad move, seeing as they now infiltrate. But then again, it doesn't matter as black is coming in hot. No, not like that. And they are coming in hot to get a new king. White goes in with another piece. This one, the better one to move. Seeing as this king jumps over, white jumps over his king. Now, black is forced to move his king out of the position, just in case. White attempts to repeat the exact same position as played before. Black denies, moving here. White again cannot now intercept the same position, as it now moves here. Abby,
What?
please stop.
I'm watching.
Yeah, I know, but you're distracting me. I'm trying to give a lesson in checkers.
I thought you like chess.
I know I do, but I'm Abby. This is not important right now.
No, that's
Anyway,
not.
black now moves their piece. They say right here is the best move. Not. It is not a good move. Black knows. Black moves here. As now white must, to stop a capture, move here, allowing black to capture here. White will now move here, forcing black's king to go this direction, which is not bad. White will, in turn, move this. Black moves here, white moves here. Black moves here, white moves here. Black king is his second king. White is in a pickle here. No funny word usage. White decides to move here. Sacrifice. A worthy sacrifice, it hopes. As it then moves here. Double jump. But now this is unstoppable. Black decides it's okay to give up this one piece. And after white jumps, black moves here. White, it's their first king. And black moves here. White, attempting to stop it. Obviously cannot, though. It was his only real move. Black creates their third king. Now white knows how to win this, but it would take some long planning. Boom. Bang. White attempts to stop it. Boom. White captures there. Black captures back. White cannot move. This would be a draw. Not really. Because black has to keep moving. And since they cannot win, black's only move is to legally move here, allowing white a second king. As black continues to move, trying to get a king, black gets their really fifth king, but fourth king. Black now surrounds them and attempts to surround. If you had went to the side, white would lose. But instead, white moves to the corner, knowing as it cannot get trapped. So, as white deliberately moves back and forth, black's move here. Black moves here, white here, black here, white here, black here, not. It's black here, white here, black here, white here, black here, white, black here, white here, black here. You might think this game is a draw. But no, of course it isn't. What? Because of repetition, whatever, draw by agreement? No. What does this? Black has to do this now. Putting this king in the corner, not allowing white to go in. White is forced to move here. Gets jumped by this black queen, or king. 4 pieces off the board. And black wins that checkers game, concluding this video, how to win at checkers, based off of Gotham Chess's How to Win at Chess.